Any doubt? Any doubt in those concepts? So any doubt in those concepts? So there is a nested try block. So try block within another try block. And now how that that execution would be done if at all the nested try system, try mechanism here in our program. That is, so those thing would be done by using the stacked data structure. So those I mean exceptions and those try blocks would be stored in a stack. I mean from the bottom of the stack, from the top level to low level. So the top level try block would be stored at the bottom of the stack. Next level will be stored in the next address like that. So that while handling those exception, first whatever the try block which is present in the top of the stack, that would be for that try block, for that exception, the respective cache would be the runtime system would search for the respective cache block based on the type of the exception. If all catch block is there, then it executes that catch block and it comes out from the try block. For all there is no catch block, then simply it pops out that exception and that exception won't be executed. It won't be handled, and it that runtime system will search for the next try block and the next exception. Like that, it continues further. It continues for all the which are continues further until whenever the catch block is identified, or if there is no or all the exceptions have been popped out from the stack. So this would be done up to the completion of this any one of these two situations. Okay, so this is about nested try block, and the try block may also be present inside a method also, as we can see in this figure. So method local కూడా ఉండొచ్చు, and that method can be called by some other try block. Okay, so this is the very some important here. The try block is not present directly in any try block, in some other try block. It is present indirectly. It means implicitly that a nested try mechanism is being performed. Okay, read out in this figure, in this concept. I hope you studied this concept yesterday. So while you are studying, if you faced any problem, any clarification you want, any doubt, any one of you? Okay, just to answer this question, how this Java runtime system identifies the particular catch block for particular try block? How it identifies? Actually, there will be multiple number of try blocks and multiple number of catch blocks. Then Java runtime system, how it recognize the respective catch block for the respective exception? Anybody? I'll give chocolate for the answer. Will give answer now for that. Can add count. Anybody tell me how Java runtime system identifies the respective catch block for the respective exception? Boys or girls?
Based on type of exceptions.
Yeah, based on type of exception. That's absolutely correct answer. So based on type of exceptions. So while any exception has been generated anywhere, so that type would be that type would belongs to any one of the throwable package, throwable class. That exception class would belongs to an exception and those subclasses. So based on those type, the runtime system automatically identifies those exceptions. Even though if there is no throw keyword, if there is no keyword, then what happens? There is no throw keyword in the try mechanism. What happens?
It implicitly throws the exception to the catch.
Yeah, it implicitly performs that Java runtime system implicitly performs the that throw mechanism based on the type. This is a very important point. So based on type, it recognize the respective built-in class from the that package, and it generates that message and it throws to that respective catch. That would be done automatically. So if at all there is no throw keyword. Now we'll see what happens if there is explicit throw keyword. What is the advantage of this explicit throw keyword here? So now just to go through the points, all of you go through the points. Just to try to study. So first point is just explicitly we can throw. User can perform this action, and the syntax is just we have to write the throw and throwable instance. We have to write the object here. The object must belongs to the a subclass or a class of throwable class. Throwable subclasses సంబంధించిన object ఉండాలి. Yeah.
There is no brackets
No need.
in syntax.
No need. Just throw space that object throwable syntax like that. Or while we want to generate a new, if you want to generate a new thing means, then we have to write the new keyword. Okay, throwable throw new. At that time itself, we are generating that object. We have to use new, or it is better to follow that one only. I'll change this syntax. Can write this like this also. So throw new and throwable instance. That's it. So if you observe the so throwable instance. So that throwable instance might be the any class, subclass, constructor, or some object. So if you want to send the direct object, this is the syntax. Or if you want to generate the syntax by using the subclass, if you want to generate that object at that time itself, then you can use this here. So if you observe, there are two ways to obtain the throwable object. You can perform that throwable object. We can design that. We can perform that one by using any one of these two. First one is using the parameter in the catch class. We already know about this. Another one is by using new operator. So that is the next syntax I will show. If you are going to use the catch clause, then you can use this syntax directly. That object name you can forward directly. Or if you want to generate by using new operator, that is the second syntax. I will show that. Okay, any more doubt as of now? So just to go through the points, global. So just to go through those points. For those. Okay, now that throwable object must belongs to the this exception class only. That throwable ఎలా ఉండాలంటే exception class సంబంధించిన objective ఉండాలి. Apart from that, if you declare primitive types or non-throwable classes, means other any into parameter, then you will get error. So this exception must belongs to throwable class, and it's a subclasses one. Okay. Next, if at all we mentioned explicit throw keyword, then what happens is automatically that flow of execution will go to catch block. It won't perform the next line in the try block. Whenever throw is there, from that line, that execution directly goes to catch block. And which catch block means that depends on the type of error. So whatever the error, whatever the catch block is same type, so then that the execution will goes to that catch block. Okay. So that's what the fifth point is that one. The flow of execution stops immediately and it will go to that catch block. Okay, nearest to catch block. So these are all these points, and that catch block will handle the solution. If at all there is no match found, then what happens is then the default handler comes into picture. So the default handler performs the execution, and it handles the execution. How it handles the execution? Anybody? How
It
we
will implicitly calls the,
yeah.
it will implicitly throws the object into the catch block.
Then what happened? No, there is no catch block. If there is no catch block, then what happens means default handler will performs the handles the exception. How it handles? That's my question.
Through their built-in exception handling mechanisms.
Yeah, built-in by using built-in classes, built-in two things. How it handles? That's ఎలా హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తుంది అది చెప్పాలి. I mean, exception handler, Java runtime system, it is an exception handler. How it handles if there is no catch block, if there is no solution for that exception, how this exception, I mean, built-in exception handler performs that action. Anybody? Starting, I mean,
Based on the type of exception, it will operate that built-in method.
yeah. So actually, you are telling the, I mean, you are going to deep. I'm just asking how it perform, how it handles the exception, and how that user may know about that exception. Actually, handling is nothing but giving some information to user only. So and so exception has been occurred like that. It that handler would give that. ఎలా హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తుంది? Anybody? Any other? So okay, how it handles means a simple that default handler generates a message, a stack that message will be generates a message which will be stack trace, means that exception and the information about that exception and that try log information, user information would be saved in the stack. So that message would be generated and that message would be printed in the command line. Like that, that a default handler will handle the exception and it terminates the program. That is the important part. So if all the default handler comes into picture, then that model must be a terminating model, because there is no further action, there is no further execution of further execution in the program. Okay, if all user is going to perform everything, then we may get the example model. Okay, user is going to perform handle the exceptions, then user can get all this. Okay, is it clear? Any doubt? What I'm expecting, what my regarding the default handler is how that handles means it performs the respective built-in class. That's okay, and it generates that message in the form of message in the stack in the form of stack trace. So it generates that message and it displays that message in the command prompt for user purpose. So user can see that one and user may user can know about this because so and so exception has been occurred like that. The user can have it. So because of that default hand. Okay.
So what do you mean by that stack space?
Yes. Stack trace means previously explained. So I'll show. Starting the I told that. See here. So this are you seeing my screen? Use of
Yes, sir.
try catch and so in this one in this screen just to go to bottom. So this is the small program where there is no try catch, all these things, no mechanism is there. Simply just those two statements out there in that class. One and that there while performing division operation, dividing by 0, you may get problem. So here no solution for this, nothing is there. Then default handler will be runtime system for activates the default handler. Then default handler what it does is it identifies this exception, it identifies this type of this exception, and it matches with the respective built-in types. Obviously, this exception belongs to arithmetic one. So the type must be arithmetic exception from lang package. So default handler will identifies that, and then stack trace means I told that in the bottom of that one. So actually, that is stack trace contains the information about that exception in the form of so in the at the bottom of the stack it stores the in which class and which method that exception has been generated. So this one. So that method name is exe0 and the main method that exception at fourth line the exception is there and the and this would be at the bottom of the stack and next line that particular built-in class which is going to address that exception. So that information will be present in the next which line, that is Java lang arithmetic exception. So this is the subclass. This is the subclass which is going to handle that. And that operator also divided by 0. That entire so that entire information or that description will be present in the stack. So that is this stack trace. It's stack trace. In stack, that the handler will identifies that exception. If not any catch block is there, then it matches. If there is no catch block, simply this message would be displayed in the at the command prompt. That's it. Like that, the default handler is going to handle, and the Java runtime system is going to handle the exception. For every exception, this trace description message will be saved in the stack. Okay, but the exceptions ఉంటాయి అన్నమాట. తర్వాత there is a catch ఉంటే match చేస్తుంది ఈ type. This is the arithmetic exception. So arithmetic exception the catch which is having that arithmetic exception type as an argument, then that catch will be activated and then exception will be handled. If there is no catch, then the default handler comes into picture and it prints that this information in the command. So this is the basic operation of exception handling mechanism. Okay, is it clear? Still any more doubts? Yes or no? Is my voice audible? Oh, in this on the
Yes, sir.
okay. So I think I hope I gave sufficient information. I think that the doubt has been clarified. So now our concept is throw. So if you use the explicit throw, what happens? Explicit throw means then what happens is simply from that line, then the execution next line won't be executed. Then directly the execution will go to respective catch block wherever that respective type is there. Okay. Next, another important point note. So just try to note in this your notebook also. Inside the catch block, again you can rethrow that exception. Rethrow means by using throw keyword only. Rethrow that exception to next nearest catch block. Because if at all that catch block is not okay, that catch block is handling that exception. But even second time lo malla miru if you want to handle that exception, that can be done by using this mechanism. Catch block again throw that exception. Malla throw cheyochu anamata through nearest catch block. Because it this can be present in nested try blocks or somewhere. So that exception can be again rethrow to some other try block, which is the try block will be having the respective catch block. That catch block will again collects that object and it performs the handling mechanism once again. So that one exception can be handled in twice, handled 2 times like. Okay, that is also another important. While by seeing that program, you can get that information. You can understand that.
At the time of rethrow, there is no implicit chance, right, sir?
No, implicit will be done once only. So this is explicit. Explicit way only this will be done. ఎక్స్ప్లిసిట్ గానే మెన్షన్ చేయాలి. మళ్ళీ ఇంప్లిసిట్ గా ఒకసారి హ్యాండిల్ చేస్తుంది, మళ్ళీ 2-3 సార్లు అవసరం లేదు. బికాస్ హ్యాండ్లింగ్ ఈజ్ ఇంపార్టెంట్. హ్యాండిల్ అయిపోయింది, మళ్ళా హ్యాండిల్ చేయాలనుకున్నప్పుడు చేయొచ్చు. దట్స్ అవర్ విష్, బికాస్ దిస్ ఇస్ ద ప్రోగ్రామర్స్ థింగ్, యూజర్ డిఫైన్డ్ explicit way. If you want to being a programmer, that if you want to check once again, you can. Otherwise, no need. That's your wish, programmer wish. That's it. Next,
Yes,
some
sir.
more points regarding throw. Java standard exception object runtime. So actually, the syntax I mentioned, throw new. This is the example of one that syntax. If you want to generate a new object from the throw keyword, so by using new operator, will you can. After new, there is a one constructor is there. That constructor is belongs to the that respective subclasses. We know Java runtime system, that exception runtime system will have many number of subclasses. Each subclass will have at least 2 constructors. One is with parameters, another one is without parameters. In this example, with parameters, we used it. That parameter might be the string type of parameter. That string would contains that stack trace information. So if you want to print that one, you will get that description, that string parameter consisting of that information. So just to if you see the example, you can understand that. Okay, let me show that example. Okay, through. So I'll create one new class. So are you seeing my ID? Is it visible?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
ID. Okay.
Yes, sir. ID only.
So I created one throw demo. So here, copy the code. Now just to go through this line by line. So starting, we created one class, and in that there one method we took, that is a demo proc. Like that, a method number 4 line, we created one method. So in that method, the actual because that method may get a problem. So wherever we will keep all these try all these things means where there is a chance to get problem, there will. For example, this demo proc method is maybe may get this problem. So that in that method we can write the try block. So now here we'll we have written the try block, and there we created the one object. So that is the exception object, and that exception belongs to null pointer exception subclass. So that constructor here we call, and this constructor with parameter. So this is the string message string parameter. This parameter will contains that stack trace information. So this will go to respective catch block. That is the here. So like demo information anta ellipothundu. Now if you want to print that you can print print chesam. Now this for this try block, the nearest catch block is this one, and it will be executed. The caught inside the demo block means this exception, this catch block is inside this method. That will be handled. Again, what this catch is doing is it again rethrowing that exception. So you can observe here 9 line. There again throw keyword is there inside the catch block. Again that is has been thrown. That will goes to again this catch block. That is 15th line. It will go to 15th line, and again that will be handled by using this message. సో మళ్ళీ 2 times హ్యాండిల్ చేశారనమాట ఇక్కడ. లైన్ నెంబర్ 8 లో హ్యాండిల్ చేశారు అండ్ లైన్ నెంబర్ 16 ఆల్సో సేమ్ exception has been handled. Okay, any doubts in this line, in this code? Any line you want to any want I have to explain, any line I have to explain?
So
So just
that
go through.
new
Yeah. So this is
new
the
keyword
syntax.
usage.
This is the syntax for generating a new object, generating a new exception object.
But what about this rethrow? There you had simply given that object name itself, sir.
Yeah, already this object already has been already created. The exception object already created అయిపోయింది. అది ఇక్కడ అక్కడ హ్యాండిల్ కూడా అయిపోయింది. దట్ ఈస్ ఇన్ 8th line లో హ్యాండిల్ కూడా అయిపోయింది అన్నమాట. ఓకే, అగైన్ ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ టు సెండ్ దట్ వన్ యూ కెన్ సెండ్, దట్స్ యువర్ విష్, మీ ఇష్టం. ఇప్పుడు ఇది చేయకుండా ఏం కాదు. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఫస్ట్ లెట్ మీ సేవ్ దిస్, సేవ్ చేస్తాను. I'll execute it. See, so got inside the demo so line number 8, I mean solution for line number 8 is 8 came. Line number 8 వచ్చింది. Again second time throw in అయ్యి మళ్ళా again it is handled in 16th line. That is the record. 16th line లో record and print అయ్యి that ఈ message also it is also being printed here. That is a rethrow అయిన. ఈ రీత్రో అనేది మన ఇష్టం అనమాట. ఇప్పుడు పెట్టలేదు అనుకోండి, తీస్తాను. జస్ట్ ఐ కీప్ ఇన్ కామెంట్, ఐ సేవ్ దిస్. సో జస్ట్ ఐ ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ ఓన్లీ one time it has been handled. Second catch is not being executed. Any more doubts? అర్థమైందా లేదా?
It won't ask that there are 2 catches.
Not like that. No, there is no problem. Any catch, that's your wish. You can keep as many catch as you want. But correct syntax రాసుకోవాలి, semicolons అని కరెక్ట్ పెట్టుకోవాలి. And those catch blocks will be executed whenever the respective exception with the respective type has been created, has been occurred. So okay, exception ఏదైనా జనరేట్ అయినప్పుడు respective catch execute అవుతుంది, remaining all are bypassed. అంతే. ఇప్పుడు మీ స్విచ్ కేస్ ఉంది, ఎన్ని కేస్ రాసుకోవచ్చు, that's your wish. But among those switch cases, any one of case will be executed. That's it. Remaining all will be bypassed. It's a similar concept here also. So many catch box we may include based on the types of exception. Can include all the types in our program also. Yeah, types of problems. But if at all real problem may occur in that respective statements, those statements, then the respective catch block would be executed and that exception can be handled. Regarding with respect to catch block, there is no problem for it. But without try block, if you have written catch now, then that's a error. Try block undali, try block ki catch blocks undali. Okay, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Still error. Any more dots, boys and girls? Another one. So this is about throw keyword, explicit throw. So explicit throw keyword. If there is no explicit throw keyword, what happens? Explicit throw keyword లేదనుకోండి, ఏం జరుగుతుంది? నాకు చెప్పా కదా స్టార్టింగ్ క్లాస్
Rethrow జరగదు, sir.
No. There is no throw keyword. So throw keyword లేకపోయింది అనుకో ఏమవుతుంది?
Default handler.
That's what default handler comes into picture. Implicit గా throw జరుగుతుంది అన్నమాట. Implicitly that throw will be done. And one more thing is there. One more important point is when this implicit throw can be performed is whenever the exception belongs to the runtime exceptions, means unchecked exception. If all those are the unchecked exception, then only that implicit mechanism and the default handler can execute that. If those are checked exception, then default mechanism won't perform. So again, we'll see in the next concept. We'll see built-in package, some of built-in package we'll see, and throws also we'll see all those concepts. So this is also one important point. So the default handling mechanism will be done whenever the exceptions are unchecked. means runtime exception. Runtime exceptions which will belongs to that runtime exception class, and that too those must be unchecked exception. Then only the default mechanism will be performed. Okay, this is about throw keyword. I hope you understood it. Next we will see throws keyword. Okay, what is the advantage of throws keyword? చెప్పాలి ఫస్ట్ పాయింట్ లోనే ఉంది. Okay, what is the purpose of throws keyword in Java? చెప్పాలి.
We can write catch function anywhere in the program.
Yeah, that's what. If at all any problem occur in any method, then that method is able to identify that problem, but it is unable to solve that problem. Problem వచ్చిందని కనుక్కుంటుంది కానీ ఆ ప్రాబ్లం సాల్వ్ చేయలేదు దట్ మెథడ్. దెన్ దట్ ప్రాబ్లం విల్ బి సాల్వ్ బై సమ్ అదర్ మెథడ్, కాలర్ మెథడ్. సో సింప్లీ ఇంకా బాగా అర్థం కావాలంటే, ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ మీకు యు ఆర్ దేర్ అండ్ యూ విల్ నో ప్రాబ్లం మేకప్. మీకు తెలుస్తుంది అనమాట, మీకు ప్రాబ్లం వస్తుందని మీకు తెలుస్తుంది. ఆ ప్రాబ్లం కనుక్కుంటారు కూడా, కానీ మీ ఆ ప్రాబ్లం మీరు సాల్వ్ చేయలేరు. అప్పుడు మీరు ఏం చేస్తారంటే కెన్ టేక్ ది హెల్ప్ ఫ్రమ్ అదర్స్, ఫ్రమ్ అదర్ మెథడ్, మీన్స్ అదర్ యువర్ పేరెంట్స్ ఆర్ యువర్ ఫ్రెండ్స్. వాళ్ళు ప్రాబ్లం సాల్వ్ చేస్తారు అలా, సింప్లీ లైక్ దట్. సో థ్రోస్ ఈస్ ఫర్ లైక్ దట్. So first point is like the method is capable of identify the exception, but it cannot handle that. So at that time, the caller method, some other method can handle that. So next, another important point from throws keyword is, so throws keyword will generate the list types of exceptions, and that exceptions must be declared before itself while declaring the method. మనం ఏ మెథడ్ లో అయితే ఎక్సెప్షన్ వస్తుంది అనుకుంటామో, ఏ మెథడ్ అయితే త్రో చేయాలనుకుంటామో టు సమ్ అదర్ మెథడ్, ఆ మెథడ్ డిక్లరేషన్స్ లోనే we have to use throws keyword. డిక్లరేషన్ ఇక్కడ రాసాను throws and that exception list, whatever the exception it may generate, before itself in the declaration itself we have to declare by using the throws keyword. The body of that method we should not use throws. Body లో మళ్ళీ త్రోనే ఇచ్చారు, and we have to use throw keyword, and we have to as usual what you did in previous mechanism, previous way, same here also we have to use throw, and we have to generate that object by using the that exception type, so that in some other method that catch block will catches that throw and it handles that exception. And one more point you should understand is here whatever the exception list is there we no need to mention the runtime unchecked exceptions. So that is also one more another important. So here just see the note here. This note you can observe, just try to study and the notes lo kuda raskodi. Note to chala important. That is the runtime exceptions or unchecked exception from Java Lang package no need to include in the throws method throws list. Akkada adi avasaram ledhu, because Java runtime system automatically identifies all those. If at all the exception is unchecked exception from Lang package, unchecked exceptions, those must be specified in that declaration part. Avi matram cheppali. What are those unchecked exceptions ante this second table. So the first table is these are the unchecked exceptions. No need to declare. These are the unchecked exceptions. So if at all any exception belongs to this, then throws keyword must specify that one in the declaration part. వీటిలో ఏదన్నా ఒక ఎక్సెప్షన్ వచ్చిందంటే అప్పుడు థ్రోస్ కీవర్డ్ ఆ డిక్లరేషన్ లో ఇక్కడ స్పెసిఫై చేయాలి. ఇఫ్ ఆల్ ది ఎక్సెప్షన్ బిలాంగ్స్ టు దిస్, ఇప్పుడు ఎన్ని ఉన్నాయంటే 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17. So 17 exceptions are there. If at all exception belongs to any one of these 17, then throws keyword no need to specify anything in the that method declaration part.